Whoa. Camera's a little wonky. Hold on. I don't know why. Oh, well, that's why. Okay. Okay. We're going to pick up where we left off. I think the streams should be at the very least a little better. Should be. Because they were horrible. Like, they were doo-doo. Now, they don't seem to be so bad. And it was because my Wi-Fi card was incorrectly configured, but also I think it's going bad. So that's a bummer for sure. Yeah, this one's looking good. This one is looking... This one's looking pretty good. This one's looking kind of slow. Maybe? Oh, I just realized this thing's not plugged in. And my power's not plugged in, so that might be affecting things. Give me 1 second. Test. Test, test, test. Can you guys hear me now? I don't know if you were able to before or not. Hey, Garnold, how you doing? How are you doing, man? Great to see you. Well, I mean, I see your username. I don't see you, but how are you doing? That's good. That's good. I'm doing all right myself. Just about to start studying here. Again, it's kind of boring, but that's how it gets. Well, hey, Hugo. Ilhamudantio. How are you guys doing? Yeah, school sucks. Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel that. I'm very grateful that I get to learn, but oh man, it's hard. Like right now, I'm in vet school. Unless you want to be a veterinarian, don't do vet school. That's my advice. Anyway, I think I'll maybe... How's everyone on the desktop stream going? You guys doing okay? Ilham, I am about to be studying for my immunology lab exam Thursday. Oh, is it buffering again? No, I don't think so. It's okay. I wish I could combine the chats between my different streams. I don't know how to do that though. Oh well. But yes, I'm about to start studying here. Okay. So, I also have a quiz Thursday, physiology and histology. Again, I, hey Yotob, or Yotob, hope I said your name right. I'm not doing well in that class right now. I actually failed my exam, unfortunately. I got a 55% on that exam. Horrible. But that's why I'm studying. Gotta keep studying. Try and get my grade up. How you guys doing in school? Or if you guys are in school, what kind of grades are you guys getting? Keyframe. Keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. What? What does that even mean? That's the keyframe interval that I was seeing, I think. I don't know how to change that. Whatever. Okay. How's this? That's not looking bad. Okay. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and get started. This might be boring for a lot of you, so feel free to stay, go. I mean, I don't blame you. But if you stay, you have my gratitude. Someone to talk to, while I'm studying this boring stuff. Okay. So, in the BSL2 lab, Biohazard Safety Level 2 lab, what is the specified procedure immediately after covering a spill with paper towels? There's A, B, C, and D. I don't know. I mean, this was in the lab safety paper. So A is apply Rocol, which is a disinfectant. Get on with it. I like your attitude, man. You're right. I need to kind of get on with it. Directly onto the spill through the paper towels. Wipe the area with Rocol soaked paper towels 3 times, or place broken glass from the spill into a large biohazard bucket, or apply Rocol to the outer edges of the paper towel first, then onto the spill area. D's dumb. C, that's possibly dangerous. A is dumb. Okay, it's not B, so apparently D was the answer. Apply Rocol to the outer edges of the paper towels first, then into the spill area. Why would you? I don't know. That doesn't seem reasonable to me. According to the lab safety rules, which of the following items requires prior instructor approval to be brought into the lab? Probably A, laptops for taking notes. B's not allowed. C's not allowed. Well, no, C is. I don't think A actually is. Okay, apparently C's not right. Oh, because it's a general rule and doesn't require specific prior approval for each instance. Animals for experimental procedures. What? To be safe, wouldn't anything be a biohazard? Yes. Yes, that's a good point. But then, you get to the point where, like, okay, do I have to wear a hazmat suit every time I'm doing a snap test, or AKA, have you ever seen like a pregnancy test before, or a heartworm test? Same kind of deal. I mean, there just comes a point where it's like, okay, we're willing to sacrifice some biosafety here in order to try and speed things up. Next. What is the primary hazard associated with working with biosafety level 2 agents on an open bench? A is a possibility, contamination of personal items like coats and backpacks, yeah. B, accidental percutaneous or mucous membrane exposures. I wouldn't say that's the primary hazard. C, explosion risk from volatile chemical agents. It's probably pretty rare. D, inhalation of aerosolized infectious materials. I'd say A. Okay, it's not A. Accidental percutaneous or mucous membrane exposures. Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense. In a hemagglutination inhibition test, what does the formation of a button of red blood cells at the bottom of a well indicate? A, the patient's serum lacks sufficient antibodies to neutralize the virus. B, the patient's serum contains a high titer of antibodies against the virus. C, the virus successfully agglutinated the red blood cells. Or D, the test failed due to an error in adding the virus. It's not D. I think it's C. Wait, no. This is a hemagglutination inhibition test, HI. So it's B. Yes, a button forms when RBCs are not agglutinated by the virus, meaning antibodies in the serum successfully neutralize the virus, preventing it from cross-linking the RBCs. Okay. A newborn calf is tested for failure of passive transfer at 24 hours. Which immunoglobulin level would be considered adequate? It's something to do with 400. I think it's greater than. What? Okay, I got that one wrong. It was actually greater than 1,000 milligrams per deciliter. In the sodium sulfite precipitation test for a foal, precipitation is observed in the 18% tube, but not in the 14% or 16% tubes. How would you interpret this foal's immunoglobulin status? Probably less than, yeah, because it's super diluted. Or no, it requires the highest salt concentration to precipitate. What is the key difference between immunoprecipitation and the sodium sulfite precipitation, salting out, test described in the lab materials? Okay, C is completely opposite. B is possible. Yeah, I think it's B. Okay. The source explicitly states that sodium sulfite precipitation is a non-specific chemical exercise, whereas immunoprecipitation involves specific antigen-antibody complex formation. Okay. Which statement accurately describes the characteristics of epitopes recognized by B cell receptors, or BCRs. I don't really know this one. I think it's D. Yeah, okay, it was D. The source material confirms that BCRs recognize epitopes on unprocessed proteins. Yeah, I do remember that. Generally on the outside, which can be formed by amino acids that are either in a row or brought together by folding. In a virus neutralization assay that uses a vital dye like MTT, a purple color in a well signifies what outcome? I think it's either A or C. I'm going to say C. It was B. The cells are alive and metabolically active, indicating successful neutralization. Oh, pale yellow. Okay, I don't remember that one at all. Why is blood typing considered essential for cats, even before the very first transfusion, unlike in dogs? I don't know. What was the question again? Blood typing. Oh, yeah. All type A cats have strong. That's not true. But cats do have type AB blood. They have either A or B, or maybe even AB. B's not true. C, I think, is. Yeah, dogs do not have naturally occurring anti-DEA1 antibodies, so a severe reaction is unlikely on the first mismatched transfusion. Cats, however, do have potent, naturally occurring alloantibodies. A researcher performs an agar-gel immunodiffusion test. A sharp, clear precipitation line forms between the antigen well and a serum well. What does this line represent? I would say it's either C or A. I'm going to say A. Okay, it was C. The point of equivalence where the ratio of antigen to antibody is optimal for lattice formation. The source states that a precipitation line will form at the equivalence point where concentrations of antigen and antibody are ideal for creating a large, insoluble immune complex. Okay. What is the primary purpose of using a biosafety cabinet in a biosafety level 2 lab? Well, probably to, well, let's read these. To store personal items like backpacks and coats safely away from contaminants. Maybe. To serve as the primary location for all lab work. I can already tell that's probably not the one. To provide a sterile environment for preparing chemical solutions like Rocol. I don't think so. To conduct procedures with a high potential for creating. I don't think it's D. Maybe it is C, and maybe it is A. Biosafety cabinet. I'm going to say A. Okay. It was D. To conduct procedures with a high potential for creating infectious aerosols or splashes. The safety document specifies that procedures with high aerosol or splash potential, such as vortexing or collecting tissues, must be conducted in a biosafety cabinet. Huh. It's news to me. A veterinarian is tracking a patient's response to an infection. An initial serum sample has an HI titer of 1 to 20. A convalescent sample taken 2 weeks later has a titer of 1 to 80. How is this change typically interpreted? I think it's B. The result represents a significant rise in titer, suggesting recent or active infection. Yeah, 4-fold increase. Which portion of an antibody molecule is responsible for its effector functions such as opsonization and complement fixation? FC, the crystallizable fragment? Probably wrong, but let's see. Okay, it was right. The FC fragment interacts with FC receptors. Dino Hunter. That's okay, man. I am not mad at all. It is so good to see you again, man. How you been? I've been alright. I failed my exam today. I failed my physiology and histology exam today. I got a 55%, so that's not very good. But, can't win them all, I guess. Is that what they say? I don't know, but I studied. I tried. I really did. I just don't think I studied enough. Or I don't think I studied the right things, possibly. Because I missed a lot. And that's the thing, like, I start to guilt trip myself into thinking, did I really try my best? I don't know. But I don't know. I've just decided to stop thinking about it. Do better next time. That's the first exam I failed this semester, so that's just annoying. I don't like messing up like that. But that's just what happens. Thank you, Dino. I appreciate that. Thanks. But yeah, I'm doing okay other than that. Just been living life, I guess. Hanging out. Getting schooled at school. Yeah. If a lab worker experiences an eye exposure to a biosafety level 2 agent, what is the minimum recommended duration for flushing the eye with water or eye wash? 5 minutes, it says. A SNAP test is described as having high sensitivity. What does this imply about the test's performance? I think it's C. It correctly identifies animals that have the disease, resulting in few false negatives. Correct. So something with high sensitivity means less likely to... Yeah, I did get a haircut. I did. My brother and I gave each other haircuts first. We were kind of practicing on each other. He liked the one I gave him. Well, it wasn't only me; it was also my dad that helped. But yeah, he liked the one that we gave him. But the one he gave me was kind of. I had to fix it. Let's just say. Yeah. Buzz cut does look a lot like what they do in the military. It's very simple, very easy to handle. Convenient. That's for sure. But hold on, sorry. Keyframe frequency. I don't know what a keyframe frequency is. Let me look that up. There are ticks in Oklahoma. Not many where I live. But they are still here. My cousin got alpha-gal syndrome, actually. Not recently, though. He got it a while back. Keyframes. I don't know what a keyframe is. Whatever. Keyframes. Okay. Yeah, buzz cuts are pretty easy. I mean, Nathan and I, he didn't do a buzz cut, but I just did it in my bathtub. It's free, it's easy, and saves a lot of time and money. Yeah, that's his name. I like him. He's the best brother I've ever had, but he's also the only brother I've ever had, so. He's pretty cool, though. I like him. Anyway, how are monoclonal antibodies used as reagents in tests like ELISAs typically produced? It's either A or B. Oh, it's D. Not even close. By fusing an antibody-producing B cell with a cancerous myeloma cell to create a hybridoma. I've never even heard of those words. I think I've heard of myeloma, but I've never heard of a hybridoma. The source material describes this exact process where immortal hybridomas are created to produce a continuous supply of a single specific antibody. That is weird. Lab safety protocol states that rooms 231 and 232 are under negative air pressure. What's the most critical consequence of propping open a door to one of these rooms? The negative pressure will be lost. That one's self-explanatory. In the context of humoral immunity in neonates, what does it mean if a species is born agamma-globinemic? Agamma-globinemic. Maybe it's A. No, it's C. They are born without circulating maternal antibodies and rely entirely on colostrum for passive immunity. Yeah, omas, so things that end with oma, like granuloma, melanoma, usually they're cancerous things. Now, something like stroma, that's just a descriptor term for, I can't even remember, but yeah, melanoma, granuloma, what's another one? Lymphoma, may have heard of lymphoma. Anyway, the slides explain that agamma-globinemic animals like calves and foals do not have antibodies cross the placenta and thus depend solely on colostrum ingestion. Which of the following items should be discarded in a red plastic sharps container according to the lab rules? Not paper towels. No. Microscope slides, because they're made of glass. What is the underlying mechanism of heme adsorption? I have no idea. Okay. Apparently it's red blood cells attached to virus-specific glycoproteins or hemagglutinins on the surface of virus-infected cells. Okay. A foal is diagnosed with FPT via a SNAP test at 24 hours of age. According to the questions posed in the lab procedure, what would be the most appropriate next step? Intravenous plasma containing immunoglobulins. Because they can't get them from colostrum at this point. Have I ever done a Secret Santa? Yes, actually. I tried buying a mug online for the person I was doing Secret Santa for or with, and they got me something. But the mug looked way better in the pictures. Like it was supposed to be a mug made of crystal, right? Like made completely of crystal. And when it showed up, it wasn't, it was like such a ripoff. It was like a steel mug, and it had a decal of this plastic crystal stuff, and it wasn't even that good on the outside edge, and so it was such a bummer. But I can't remember what they got me though, or what she got me. It was my cousin. You're doing your first this year. What are you thinking of getting them? You don't have to share if you don't want to, but oh, you got your sister? What are you going to give her? What is the primary function of agglutination as an antibody-mediated process? To clump particulate antigens like bacteria or red blood cells together. Yep. She likes cold stuff, so a cold pack. Okay. That's a pretty good idea. You could get her multiple cold packs. Or maybe, does she like warm things? You could get her like a heating pad and a cold pack. Just in case she gets, I don't know, too cold. Or just in case she gets too hot. Something like that. I don't know. It's just a thought, though, because I don't know how expensive hot pads are. In the event of a fire alarm, what is the specific instruction for personnel in the BSL-2 lab? Not B, not C. I don't even think it's D. Okay, it was A. Go to the designated meeting point at the equine barn. Okay, I didn't know that. Which of these diagnostic tests relies on the specific precipitation of antigen-antibody complexes that have diffused through a gel matrix? Agar gel immunodiffusion, SNAP ELISA test, hemagglutination inhibition test, or sodium sulfite turbidity test? Probably A. Yes. Diffused through a gel matrix is what gave it away. Okay. Got a 60% on that quiz. And it wasn't a graded quiz. It was just a quiz I made using Notebook LM. But still, I mean, that's it's not the best. It's pretty poor. But, I mean, what can you do? I tried. Okay, well, Dino, I don't want to keep you too long. I just wanted to do a quick review. What's your question, man? How much cheese is too much cheese? There's never too much cheese. Well, actually, so that's an interesting question. Sorry, my earbud thing fell out. So, cheese is really good. I like cheese, right? But I found that I can only tolerate well the cheeses that are like made just with milk, and it's really good for you. Cheese is good for you. Just eating too much, probably a lot of energy, could possibly contribute to being overweight, but not necessarily overweight, because overweight is not a problem. It's over fat, which is the problem. So obesity. I am not actually lactose intolerant, I don't think, but there's certain compounds in certain cheeses, like cheddar. Most common cheddar cheese. No, it's okay, man. I don't mind. But the orange cheddar cheese, the stuff with either the beta carotene added or the other thing that I can't remember what it's called right now. It's like some plant compound. Those mess with me. They really tear me up. But if I just eat normal cheese, normal white cheese, I have no problems. And I love it. It's good. I've been eating a lot of white cheddar recently. White cheddar is really good. I like it. And it's literally just cheddar, but without the orange additive. So it's probably better for us anyway, because it's got less stuff added. But that's just my opinion. No, one time I put like a whole block of cheese in the microwave in a bowl, melted it down, and tried to eat it. It was really filling. I'm surprised I was able to eat it. Anyway. I need to start thinking of a better topic to start these streams for. I mean, not that studying is a bad topic, and talking's definitely not a bad topic, but I'm just getting kind of not burnt out, just it's exhausting. Like I have to talk and talk and talk. So it's kind of anyway. All right. Well, I guess I'll end this stream here. Thank you for watching, everybody, and Dino, you especially. Thank you for watching for as long as you did. Appreciate that. Hope to see you later, man. And hope to see everyone else later, too. Feel free to comment. Whoever's watching, feel free to comment. I don't mind talking to people. Or maybe you guys could start a conversation in the chat. I don't know. But yeah, God bless you too, Dino. That's another topic I could talk about. I could talk about Jesus. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But all right. Love y'all. Peace out.